Welcome to Unit 4, Lesson 7. 100% is the title of it. We're going to start with our warm-up. What do you notice and what do you wonder about this number line? Pause the video and take 5 minutes to write your answer. All right, one thing that I noticed is that 10 cups is 100%. So 10 cups is 100%. I also noticed that 200% is 20 cups. Something I wonder is if the number lines say how much chocolate milk is needed for a recipe, could it be used to double or triple the recipe? There are so many other things you could have noticed or wondered about this, but we're going to move on to the next activity, 7.2, double number lines. So for each problem, complete the double number line diagram to show the percentage that corresponds to the original amount and to the new amount. So the gas tank in Dad's car holds 12 gallons. The gas tank in Mom's truck holds 50% more than that. How much gas does the truck's tank hold? Well, our 100% here would probably be representative of Dad. So then the 150% would be representative of Mom. So if Dad's gas tank has 12 gallons, on the top number line, we're going to put 12. And then we can fill in half to find out what 150% would be. So what's half of 12? Half of 12 is 6. So if 50% is 6 and 100% is 12, we need to add the 6 and the 12 together to find out how much gas the truck's tank holds. In this case, 6 plus 12 is 18. So Mom's tank holds 18 gallons of gas. Right, let's turn the page to 288. At a movie theater, the size of the popcorn bags decreased 20%. If the old bags held 15 cups of popcorn, how much do the new bags hold? So this top line is representative of our popcorn cups, and the bottom is the percent. So the old bags held 15 cups of popcorn. So where on the number line would I put that 15 cups of popcorn? That's right, I would put it right over the 100. So this would be 15 cups of popcorn. So if it decreased 20%, well, I'm going to need to figure out what is 20%. What would that look like? So we can divide this to figure out, well, what's 20% going to look like? What's 40% going to look like? What's 60% going to look like? And what's 80% going to look like? So let's find out by multiplying 15 by 20%. So 15, remember, we're always going to write our 20%, our percentages. So if we have 100%, we're going to move that decimal place over 2 times. All right, so we have 15 times 2, which is 10, carry the 1, 2 times 1, which is 2, plus 1 is 3. There's 1 decimal point, so that's going to be 3. So each 20% is going to represent 3 taken away. So 15 minus 3 is 12. Well, we're going to go down another 20%. 12 minus 3 is 9. If we minus 3 again, we end up with 6. And one more time, we're going to end up with 3. Now, if we go up to find 120%, that would be 18. So the new bags hold 12 cups of popcorn. All right, let's do one more. A new school had 1,200 students last year and only 1,080 students this year. What was the percentage in decrease in the number of students? Well, let's find 1,200. If 1,200 was 100% of the population, because that's our starting value, we're going to go to 1,200 and we are going to write underneath that 100%. So we would write 100%. And let's find out how many lines are in the middle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So knowing that there are 10 lines here and this one's 100, we can count back by tens, or we can count forward by tens. So let's start at the beginning. 10%, 20%, 30%, 40%, 50%, 60%, 80%. Oops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Miss Bailey made a boo-boo here. Let's see if we can figure this out. Oops, Miss Bailey noticed she went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. So this should be a 7 for 70, 80%, 90%. So you want to make sure when you're going up, you're paying attention to what numbers you're putting. So if they decreased to only 1,080% or 1,080 students this year, we want to know the percentage decrease. So we've got to find 1,080, which is right here. So we decreased by how much? By 10%. So we would say there is a 10% decrease in the student population. All right, let's move on to number 4. 1 week gas was $1.25 per gallon. The next week gas was $1.50 per gallon. By what percentage did the price increase? So our starting number here is going to be our 100%. So we're going to look at our line and find our starting percent. So under 125 is going to be 100%. Let's see how many lines are in between. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is sectioned into fifths. There are 5 parts here. So if we break 100 into 5 equal parts, we can count up by 2s. So we can go 2, 4, 6, 8, 100. So 20%, 40%, 60%, 80%. We're going to keep going up this by 20 on this side. So this would be 120%. This would be 140% and 160%. So if the new price is $1.50, we went up over this way by how much? What is that percent increase? The difference between 100% and 120%. That's right. So the price increased by 20%. So we'd write the price of gas increased by 20%. All right, let's move on to number 5. After a 25% discount, the price of a t-shirt was $12. What was the price before the discount? So the price of a t-shirt after a 25% discount was $12. So we need to find what's 100% minus 25 of that percent, because this is after, that's our keyword, after a 25% discount. So 100 minus 25 is going to give us 75%. So 75% is $12. Now we've got to figure out where the other numbers are on the line. What was the price of the shirt before the discount? Well, we're going to have to multiply 12 by 25%. So 12 times 0.25. 5 times 2 is 10. Carry the 1. 5 times 1 is 5, plus 1 is 6. Put a placeholder. 2 times 2 is 4. 2 times 1 is 2. Add that together. We're going to have $3. So we're going to be going up $3. So 12 plus $3 is 15. Let's fill in the rest of the number line. 12 minus 3 would be 9. And 9 minus 3 would be 6. And going up, this would be 120% would be 18. All right, let's move on. We're at the top of page 289. Oops, that's the wrong section. Compared to last year, the population of Boom Tower has increased 25%. The population is now 6,600. What was the population last year? So if it increased 25%, that's over the original amount of 100. So it's now 6,600. We need to figure out what was it at 100%. So what steps can we take? So let's see how many steps it takes, or how many lines it takes to get up to 6,000 or 6,600. So how many steps do we have here? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're going to want to divide this number here by 5. So let's divide over here. 6,600 by 5. 5 goes into 6 once. Go 5. That's going to leave us 1 over. 6 comes down. 5 goes into 16 3 times. We get 15. Subtract 1 left over. Oops, not far enough. 5 goes into 10 twice. Zeros it out, and we put a 0 over the last number. So each one of these lines is going to represent 1,320 people. So at 25%, it's 1,320. We're going to add up. So we would end up with 2,640. Going to our next line, we would add another 1,320. So we do 2,640 plus 1,320. So we would have 3,960. And then we would have 5,280. So at 100%, it would be 5,280. All right, let's move on to the next part. Two students are working on the same problem. A juice box has 20% more juice in its new packaging. The original packaging held 12 fluid ounces. How much juice does the new packaging hold? Here's how Priya set up her double number line. So a juice box has 20% more juice in its new packaging, and the original was 12. So she put her 100% as the 12 and set up showing 120%. Here's how Claire set hers up. She put the 12 at 80%. So which one do we think we would agree with? Would we agree with Priya or would we agree with Claire? Pause the video now and answer that question. Welcome back. So if we look at this question, 12 fluid ounces is the original amount. We're looking at how they added 20% more. So we would want 12 to be our 100%, and this would be our 120%. So I would agree with Priya's because she put the 12 at the 100%. So I agree with Priya because the 12 represents 100%. All right, let's move on to 290. Ooh, we have a pretty sea turtle. Green sea turtles live most of their lives in the ocean, but come ashore to lay their eggs. Some beaches where turtles often come ashore have been made into protected sanctuaries, so the eggs will not be disturbed. Aw, they make little sanctuaries for all the turtle eggs. That's so cute and so kind, so that we can continue to have sea turtles. One sanctuary had 180 green sea turtles come ashore to lay eggs last year. This year, the number of turtles increased by 10%. How many turtles came ashore to lay eggs this year? Well, let's set up our double number line. And our next one will be percents. And we want to just make, if it increased by 10%, why don't we go up by tens? So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Let's match it up. All right, so down here is where we're going to do our percents. And up here, we can put turtles. So let's go 10%, 20%, 30%, 40%, 50%, 60%, 70%, 80%, 90%, and 100%. So if last year 180 turtles came, we're going to want to go up a little bit higher than 100%. We're going to want to go up to 110%. So if last year 100% was 180 green sea turtles, over this we're going to put 180. So we know that represents our 180. So now let's figure out what that 10% increase would be. So we have 10 parts. Let's divide this 180 into 10 equal pieces. Or what we could do actually instead is multiply 180 by 110%. So 180 and our 110%, the decimal place is here. We need to move it over 2 spaces, 1, 2. So we'd only need to multiply this by 1.1, multiply. 1 times 0 is 0, 1 times 8 is 8, 1 times 1 is 1. Placeholder 0, 8, 1, add it up. We'd have 0, 8, 9, 1. There's 1 decimal place. And right here we would have 198. So there were 198 turtles who came to the sanctuary this year. At another sanctuary, the number of nesting turtles decreased by 10%. This year, there were 234 nesting turtles. How many nesting turtles were at the sanctuary last year? So let's draw our double number lines. We'll do the same like we did up here with the percentage on the bottom and our turtles on top. And we're going to go by tens. So we have 0%, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. Oops, I made an extra line. We have 110. And this was the number decreased by. So we want 10% less than 100. So 10% less than 100 is 90. So on the 90, we're going to put 234 to represent our turtles. So let's figure out how many turtles are representative of each line. So we can actually divide 234 by the 9, or by 90%. So 234 divided by 90. 90 goes into 200 twice. And that gives us 180. We can subtract. That would be 4. 13 minus 8 would leave us with, oh, remember we got to put 2 zeros because then, yeah. So 13 minus 8, that would be 5, and that would be 0. Let's bring this down. 9 fits into 54 6 times, 540. There still is 0 left, so it would be 260 turtles. that were there the year before. All right, that is the end of lesson 7. I will see you next time for lesson 8.